Cases of child marriage have been rampant, especially in Maasai communities. Girls as young as 8 years old have found themselves running for their lives to rescue centers as they escape early child marriage. Poverty, ignorance, and deep-rooted traditions have forced thousands of those young girls in parts of rural Kenya into early marriage, with at least 4% married by 15 years and 23% married by 18 years, according to reports by UNICEF. Kenya has the 20th highest absolute number of child brides in the world, a clean 527,000. We met young Nesula, not her real name, who survived child marriage as she was brutally punished by being beaten using thorn shrubs, all because she wanted to quench her thirst for education.
And it's because he wanted to marry me off. I have not gone through FGM yet, but there was plans of marrying me off immediately after I've gone through FGM. So I ran away to the school the second time, and with the help of the teachers in that school, they were able to bring me here. So that is how I got myself here. Still has two girls who are not in school. One of them is slightly younger than me, and the other one is older than me. So the scars that we see on her face is from the beatings from her father. Her father beating her up because of going to school against his plan. So the chief promised her to bring her other sisters who are not in school to bring them to school. So she's probably waiting for them to show up in school if the chief will go and get them. So when she was being beaten, there was this crazy acacia trees by, and they kept scratching her while she got beaten by the father.
By the father?
Yes.
And what was the reason or the purpose of beating her?
Because she went to school. The father was beating her up because she went to school. Yeah, in her legs.
On her legs?
Yeah.
Even here?
Yeah. Sabu koleng na kiporoi? Na tiene? Oh. The scratches of the thorns, the thorny bushes, while the father was beating her up. Pole mama. I am a young leader and I am a community advocate on sexual and reproductive health and rights. I can say I am a grassroots activist, especially against FGM, child marriage, and all these gender-based violence issues that are affecting especially women and children. And it serves both Kajiado County and children from Narok County. And it's more of a rescue center than it is a school, because it's a facility that runs open throughout the year. And it's this facility that first gave us all girls a hope and a future through education. Because before this school was built in 1999, none of us was going to school, including me. So I can say I am among the first generation of girls to start going to school in this community. I mean, I couldn't imagine it closing down and all the future of girls in going to waste. So now you find that the education situation here is so challenging, because if you find 100 girls in that means there's so many girls who are at home and not going to school. And these girls not going to school means that they're facing FGM every day. FGM is something that is happening here, and it's happening very frequently, and it's happening to almost all the girls. Because if we are in a situation whereby girls don't go to school, then we know, we are 100% sure that they are getting cut at ages of 9 or 10, and then soon afterwards married off. You will never find these girls at home. You will always find them at the husbands' homes, facing a lot of difficulties, giving birth at very young ages. Some of them don't even carry their pregnancy to term because they are very young. Like I have a girl who I found at a home that my cousin was married, and I found her already paralyzed. She couldn't walk or stand up just because she was married young and she got pregnant. She couldn't carry her baby for the 9 months that she's supposed to. Most of these girls have a tough story. Like before they get here or before we bring them, it's a whole story of resilience and a whole story of just, I don't know, of torture. Like I can't say it's my culture, but really there's this like stupid greed that parents are having. I remember growing up and girls will be cut when their breasts are fully grown, when they're like full grown girls, and that's when they will be cut and be married off. But here, coming to this facility, if you find girls that have escaped child marriage or have escaped from their husband's home, you can't even look them at the second time, and you can't imagine what type of a society we live in. So we've been rescuing girls, we've been going homes and just bringing girls, and it has not been a fight between us and the community. In fact, when you get to a home and we get there, because the Kenya Wildlife Service is the ones that help us sometimes go with their car because we don't need to pay for it. Sometimes we even chat with the parents while taking the girls, or like we start like it's just this, I don't know, I can't really tell, but it's more of ignorance because we get there and these parents know that these girls need to be in school but they are at home, and sometimes they can tell us, oh, they went looking for animals, and the chief will give them an order like this and these girls, because sometimes we get there and when we get 10 girls, we ask them to give us names of their age mates, and so we are able to ask them, where is this, where is so-and-so, where is so-and-so, and when they know that we know the names, we can simply leave an order and be like, so tomorrow at 8 a.m., we need these kids at school. And tomorrow at 8 a.m., they bring the kids. So it's really like, it's more of ignorance. And I think rescuing girls, well, like doing whatever we are doing, okay, we would love parents to be responsible and bring the kids themselves. But if they don't, I mean, we are okay with bringing them just as long as we have resources, which now brings us to the challenge of resources here. Also, it's tough bringing a 10-year or a 14-year-old to start school from preschool, because all these girls have never been to school. They have never attended any school. So if you bring them, they have to start from the very basic level, which is preschool. And that is even torture for them because they are in the same classroom as toddlers, and it doesn't give them the confidence they need to be in school.